Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you found me here. I'm Dr. Stephania. This will be my first official upload after my welcome to my YouTube channel video. So I'm so happy you found me here, and I'm so happy to be here and doing, sharing the work that I do with all of you. So if you enjoy these videos and you feel supported in this community that we're creating now, please feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell, and don't forget to like the video so that we can share the information from spirit, from source, from the divine, through the collective to help and support everybody on this beautiful journey of awakening. So as I was tuning in meditation, I'm an avid and deep meditator, and as we do these videos, I'll be talking more and more about how I develop my spiritual practice, how I cultivate it, and I'll be sharing all of those tips and tools with all of you. But as I was in meditation this morning, I was feeling very strongly this energy that's coming up with the eclipse, April 30th, so that's in 2 days. Now, I'm not an astrologer. However, as an energy, and I'm intuitively pick up on energy as I connect in my meditation practice. And many of my clients have astrologers. So they will talk to me, they talk to their astrologers, and 99% of the time, when I'm picking up strong energetic patterns and cycles, it coincides with the astrological language. And so I was picking up very strongly about this, a lot of big energy coming up and changes and aspects, and not coincidentally, there's a big eclipse coming up this weekend. We're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. There's all kinds of astrological language that's occurring right now. However, in the energetic language that I speak, I feel very strongly that this energy for this coming week of May 1st through May 7th, I think that's the right week, definitely the first week of May, feels like for many of you there's this collective energy of choice, making a decision. So for anybody, this message may not resonate for everybody, but I feel that there's a collective energy around decision making and tides turning and the wheel of fortune moving in a direction forward. So this means for me that with the eclipse always pushes, it always brings unexpected changes and turn of events and new beginnings. It usually ushers in that type of energy. But it also help the universe will, like if we've been sitting on the fence with either a decision or also sitting on the fence with doing the work on ourselves. So we haven't been doing our work on ourselves. The universe will come in during eclipse and push you off the fence to get you to look at yourself through self-realization, through awareness, through working on yourself, becoming more in alignment with who you truly are as a spiritual being. And so this week, this culminate, I feel it's going to be continuing for a while, but the beginning of this is now. We're in it now, and I feel like it shouldn't be crisis energy. This is not bad energy. This is all actually really supportive, I feel, but it's definitely going to bring about a changes. And I was also in meditation being reminded that this cycle that we're in, that we're just coming up to now, I was being prompted to look at the years spring 2003, like right around this time, to the end of 2004. And so if you can think back what might have been going on in your life around that time in terms of a pattern, so maybe you got married, maybe you got a divorce, maybe you started college, maybe you had a baby, significant patterns that were occurring in that phase of life, if you're old enough to remember that time frame, there's going to be some kind of similar thread of energy moving through this eclipse season and onwards. And I feel like now the stories won't be the same, but there may be a similar kind of thread, and so you can think back and reference what might have been going on in your life during that period of time. And it may make sense over the next few months of, oh yeah, back, in 2003, I started college and now I'm going back to school to get my doctorate or something like that. Like it's that kind of thing. So that's a very easy way to explain the energy that I'm picking up. there can be a lot of fear around change, obviously, not knowing or being afraid of the unknown. And because we get used to like familiar things, right? So change can be scary. But when we trust and align with the divine, and by the way, I live in New York, and so there's a siren for you. Just have to deal with it. Where was I? Change. When we fear the change, that vibration of fear, being in the energy of fear, is a low vibrational frequency. And so we want to align with the energy of love. When you're nurturing yourself in divine love and you're being in tune with your peace through cultivating meditation practice, spiritual practice, the energy of fear is less and less and less. And you know that when you're in line with the divine, you're going with the flow, that the change is exciting. It's an opportunity to grow and awaken into the greatest version and the better version of who you are as an infinite soul. So if you do feel fear creeping up and you feel like you're in this in-between phase of your life, because there is a lot of that. A lot of us are going through this phase where we're kind of living in between two worlds, like that was then and what's next after going through the pandemic. And so you're being asked to observe. Just be calm and observe what's going on. And in the observance, especially as you anchor into your breath, you just remain calm and know that the changes are an opportunity to expand, an opportunity to come home into the awakening consciousness and do better, live better, be happier, etc. And also when you're going through change, you can feel this sense of loss. And you can grieve the loss. You might be grieving the old version of yourself, the old way you used to do things, or you're attached to the old way of doing things. The eclipse, you're somebody who's been resisting change. The eclipse is going to come in and push you right off that fence to get you into what it is you need to do. And that's, sometimes it can be jarring through like a life-changing event that forces you to make the change. So it's always good to be cultivating in advance the self-realization work so that it's not super jarring. Although, when you go through what you perceive to be an obstacle, on the other end of the obstacle, when you've been through it, there's always a certain measure of wisdom that comes with that, right? So don't look at it as a bad thing. So this coming week, I feel very strongly that don't be surprised if you get, a message that you were waiting for, you make a decision, or you're awaiting news that comes in. And if it doesn't happen this week, this is the kind of energy that we're looking at for April. And it feels to me also like unresolved wounds are also going to be riling up right now. And also maybe people who, you haven't been in touch with for a while could be coming out of the woodworks as well. So that's always fun. Anyways, that's what I have for you for this week. So I really, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will be every week giving you an energy update of what I'm picking up in the cosmos, in the quantum field. And I'm also going to be uploading videos on spiritual practice. So what we can do to nurture the spiritual practice, what we can do, meditation and all of that. So look out for those videos again. And I'm wishing you so much love and light. Namaste.